Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, November 19th, and thank you once again for joining into our weekly webinars. Boy, I'm sure everybody's exhausted by now. It's been a crazy couple of weeks since the beginning of November when open enrollment started. So hopefully everyone is, trying to get some relaxation time in if that's even a possibility. But, it's been pretty much of a challenge this year with all the changing networks and the changing products and, just familiarizing ourselves with these new offerings. I know that you've experienced the same thing with the rates being so expensive as well. There's a lot of tire kickers, as I'm sure you've experienced. One of my agent partners actually told me that he met with a gentleman that had been to 17 places. Which is frustrating and scary all at once in that, obviously the consumers may have an idea that one person or one agent can offer different rates or one site can offer different rates. So it's been frustrating, and I'm sure that you've experienced the same thing. But remember that we are here to help. So if you have any questions or there's any weird situations that you're aware of, please let us know. We're happy to help. So I wanted to just kind of let you know quickly about the capital networks, because this seems to be where we're getting a lot of questions. So the Value HMO is really only available on Marketplace in the 8 counties. And of course, the 21 county HMO service area is applicable to all off Marketplace and on Marketplace in the remaining 13 counties. So to just kind of further clarify that, these are the 8 counties that they're talking about. So if you are purchasing or selling a plan on exchange in the Value HMO and it's in one of these counties, then the only HMO offering on exchange is going to be the Value HMO. But the providers are a bit limited, and I want to remind you of that because I'm not sure that consumers really hear when you tell them that. And another real struggle is that Lancaster General does not participate in the Value HMO. So even though it's available in that county, only Lancaster Regional is available. Additionally, if you do have somebody in Lancaster County and they want to see a provider in York County, even though it's in the Capital Blue network, it's not going to be covered within the Value HMO because the plan is very specific about driving traffic to these participating counties. Now, with the same situation, if you have somebody in Lancaster that goes to a Chester County Blue Cross Blue Shield Association member provider, then it will be covered. So it's a bit odd, a bit hard to get your mind around, but just be mindful of that because that seems to be where we're getting a lot of our questions. These are the providers participating in the 8 county Value network. And you can see Lancaster Regional's in there, but not Lancaster General, and of course all of the other hospitals listed here. The providers not participating, Lehigh Valley, Surgical Center, Tilghman, Reading Hospital, Hershey Med, Lancaster General, Easton Hospital, Holy Spirit, Ephrata Community. So just, again, be mindful of that because if you're in Dauphin County and you're down towards Hershey and Hershey Med's not in there, that's not a real good choice for anyone. So again, wanted to be mindful of that, and hopefully you can be mindful of that when you're talking to your clients. So another issue that we're getting a lot of questions on, Capital Blue Cross site, which is capbluecross.com, they do have a redirect to the federally facilitated marketplace. And we've been getting a lot of questions because I guess it's pretty confusing when you log in. I've not logged in, but I did get instructions. So you go into capbluecross.com, you go to the producer tools and the 2016 Sales Connect after you log in. And there will be 3 colored buttons once you go to the Sales Connect, and you're going to choose the green button. Everything starts with creating a proposal, and then from there you can go, apply on or apply off. So again, if you have any questions about that, let us know. We're happy to walk you through that. And there have been some issues with it that seem to have been corrected. But again, just be mindful of that. The Capital Blue Cross primary care physician choice and provider search, they are updating and improving their provider search. Many of us, after 2 weeks of trying to look for providers, are very happy about that. And as far as the PCP choice, if your clients on the exchange can't make a decision and there's no option for them to make a decision, Capital Blue Cross is going to be reaching out to these folks to get their primary care physician, and they're going to do that by phone campaigns and letters, numerous letters to these insureds that are coming in with an HMO in which they do have to choose a provider. So don't be too worried about that. Capital Blue Cross is going to kind of connect those dots. We did have some questions on the Aetna/Coventry broker of records on the individual side, especially for those that apply on the FFM and surprisingly their NPN gets dropped. We did find out that they will have an AOR, BOR form for off-exchange business. So if you are writing Aetna off-exchange, it doesn't seem to really be an issue that they're not giving you credit for the cases. It's more on exchange. If there will be an issue, I should say. So what they're going to do is they will have a form that is being finalized now for the on exchange BOR. So just again, we'll get that out on our website as soon as we have it. And Highmark identity protection, we talked, oh gosh, a couple months ago about that data breach that the Blues had, Anthem. So they did just put out a blast for both Central and Western and Northeastern talking about their vendor for identity protection. So if you have Highmark insureds, you may want to notify them of that because they are offering free identity protection so that their information, won't be, taken, stolen. So that will be in my newsletter. And the next to last bullet point, EVIX, Health Connect, we're as frustrated as everybody else. We're working with bits and pieces as well. The vendor, EVIX, Health Connect, they are not given the CERF files that all the other vendors are. They have to kind of pull everything and update things in their systems. And we all know there are a lot of changes in plans this year. So it is taking them longer than normal and longer than, in my opinion, it should. But we're at the mercy of the vendor. We have no control over them getting all the data and getting it uploaded. I know they're working on it. And that's all I can say. They were supposed to have it up last Friday, and it's not. So unfortunately, it is what it is. That's the only thing I can say and offer my apologies. But, we're pressuring them, putting some pressure on them. But other than that, there's really nothing we can do. We have no control over them getting the rates up. But if you do need help with quotes, we're happy to help you quote. So, you're not out there alone. There's also paper rates on our website. So, just know that we're frustrated as well, and we're here to help. So with that comes to the end of our agenda. I'm going to open it up for questions. Just a reminder, next Thursday, believe it or not, is Thanksgiving. So we will not have a webinar next Thursday. The next webinar will be the following Thursday, which, shock, is December 3rd. So we will meet up again on December 3rd, hopefully, and have some new information to share with you. So we'll open it up for questions now. And I don't have a whole lot. Dave says on the CBC site, if I'm with the client, can't I go to enroll online versus the 2016 Sales Connect Create Proposal? I believe the answer to that is no, Dave, because I don't believe that you are hooked up with that case. I don't know the answer to that, though. My understanding is no, so I'll find out. Renee says, if an employer plan is deemed affordable, can the employee, spouse, and children go on Marketplace and receive tax credit? The answer to that is a resounding no. If and she goes on to say, if affordable, can the employee's spouse remain on Medicaid and the children remain on CHIP? That's a portion I don't know, Renee, if they can remain on Medicaid and CHIP. I'm not sure about that. I think the answer is no, but I'm going to have to check on that, and I actually already have a message in specific to that. Back to the affordability, just let's regroup on this affordability issue because we get a lot of questions on that as well. The government deems the employer-sponsored coverage affordable if the portion of the premium that is passed on to the employee for the lowest cost offered plan and for the single-only premium, employee premium, if that does not exceed 9.5% of his W-2 or her W-2 income, then it's deemed affordable. Even if 100% of the charges for the spouse and dependents are passed on to the employee, it's still, by government standards, affordable. So the spouse and children can waive off of the employer plan and get individual coverage, but they cannot get subsidies. And Dave just mentioned that it did ask for his information and NPN. I'm not sure if that's capturing it. Dave, if you want to email us the client that you did yesterday, we can verify that that's the right way to do it. Jay said there was a crash on CBC yesterday and he had to use the online in order to write the client who was in his office, and he sent a fax noting this to Judy. All right. And Jay says, Dave, it does not capture it. So if you go to online enrollment, thanks Jay for that, it does not capture your NPN. So you're going to have to make sure that you get that information over to us, Dave, on that client you enrolled to see if we can get that targeted towards you. And that's it. Those are the only questions that we have. I appreciate everyone's time weekly tuning in. One thing I do ask is, one of my agent partners said that he was told that the CHIP process is much faster this year. So I would like to know what your experiences are, if you see the CHIP approvals or even Medicaid approvals going through quickly or not. I'd really like your feedback on that, because in the past, of course, it was not an easy process or a fast process. So again, let me know. And that's it. That brings us to the end of our webinar today. Again, I thank you for joining in. We'll meet back up December 3rd. I hope that you have a great balance of the week and a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday if we don't talk before then. So enjoy your day and your weekend and eat a lot of turkey. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.